Hi everyone, Purple Celery here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this review of Spyfall Part 2. It feels a little strange to be back so soon making a video, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast because there are only like 4 days in between these two episodes. I will be discussing some major spoilers towards the end of this video, but don't worry, I'll do the whole 3, 2, 1 countdown to spoilers thing, so if you really haven't seen the episode and you don't want to be spoiled, you have plenty of time to look away. Spyfall Part 1 ended on a big cliffhanger. We had O revealed to be the Master, we had the Doctor trapped in a strange dimension, and the companions were also trapped on a plane without a cockpit. The latter situation was resolved fairly quickly as we saw Ryan managing to access a video of the Doctor giving instructions as to how to land the plane. I thought that was a nice callback to Series 3 Blink, where the Doctor also recorded himself then at a different point in time having a conversation with the viewer. The Doctor, on the other hand, goes on a bit of a different journey, and I felt in Spyfall Part 2 the scenes which involved the Doctor were quite rushed, and they seemed to jump around quite literally both in space and time. But they packed a lot in. Like they packed in like a lot of action, a lot of characters, a lot of dialogue. It did feel a little bit overwhelming. Maybe that's just me. I could well be getting old. You know, I'm entering into early middle age soon, so you know maybe it was just me. One of the themes of Spyfall Part 2 was about, I guess, the innovation and the bravery of women, and we saw that through the Doctor meeting two famous women in history, who I have to confess I'd actually never heard of before, Ada Lovelace and Noor Khan. They both sound like really interesting historical figures, and I would be keen to read up on them some more. The other theme, of course, was, I guess, the dangers of technology and the lack of privacy, and how technology can invade our lives and potentially be ultimately used towards a nefarious purpose. The companions, I felt, were a little bit underutilised. It just felt like they didn't really contribute much to the plot of Spyfall Part 2. When you think about it, all they kind of did was, I guess, go on the run and manage to stay alive. And there were some, I guess, some scenes of comic relief as we saw through Graham and his laser shoes. But I guess it was nice to see how they all interacted when the Doctor wasn't around and the world was in danger. But yeah, I guess overall I just felt that they didn't really contribute that much to this story, which was a bit of a shame. So now we come to the major spoilers. So I'm going to discuss them in 3, 2, 1. Alright, you had your chance. So here we go. At the end of Spyfall Part 2, we found out that number 1, Gallifrey has been destroyed. Number 2, it was the Master who destroyed Gallifrey. And number 3, the reason why the Master destroyed Gallifrey was because he discovered a secret which had to do with the timeless child. And then we get like a quick flashback to Series 11, to that infamous scary toilet paper scene. I'm really interested to see how this plays out. I have no qualms, by the way, with Gallifrey being pulverised. I'm actually all in favour of Chibnall stamping his mark on Doctor Who. I think this is quite an interesting twist, and yeah, like I'm really keen to see how it plays out, whether the Doctor finds a way to save Gallifrey, whether any other Time Lords have been saved besides the Doctor and the Master, and of course exactly who and what the timeless child is. There was almost an inference that perhaps Time Lords aren't who they think they are, like there's something else, like a different species altogether. I was also a little bit unsure as to why the Master was so dead set on trying to kill the Doctor. In my experience, the Master likes to hurt the Doctor, he likes to shock the Doctor, he likes to humiliate the Doctor, but I just feel that like deep down the Master can't quite bring himself to actually kill the Doctor. But it feels like in this Spyfall 2-parter that he actually was intent on killing the Doctor. I mean, you'd think that given that they were like the last of the Time Lords, he'd be lonely and like he'd want to connect more with the Doctor, but no, he just really seemed adamant on doing away with the Doctor. So I was a little bit unsure as to that aspect of the Master's character development. I did, however, like the scene in 1834 where he made the doctor kneel before him and say his name. I did think that that was full of tension and very, very master-like. I also like how Chibnall is bringing a bit of heart into the story. I like how he's making the doctor a bit vulnerable, how she loses control a little bit, like for example when she threw away the, I'm not sure what you call it, the little round device where she was seeing the hologram of the master. I also liked the end scene, how she was trying to put on a brave face in front of the companions when they were asking whether she could take them to visit Gallifrey, and she was like, oh, you know, another time, but then you see her turn away and sort of, you know, run away from them almost, and the expression on her face was quite devastated. I thought that was a nice understated scene. So that was all for Spyfall Part 2. Next week we see the Doctor meet Jay from the In-Betweeners, and I'm fully expecting him to make a very crude comment about the Doctor's mum or the Doctor herself or Yaz. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your opinions as always, so please leave your comments in the box below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching as always. It really means a lot to me to see the number of views and reading the comments that you guys leave, so please don't be shy. And I will see you next week. This is Purple Celery, over and out.